New details have emerged about the circumstances leading to the death of former Miss Alabama 2021. It appears the initial investigation was not completely done. Let's talk about it on the mic. Hello, good people. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker, coming back at you live once again from the Lone Star State with another edition of the Media Mike Speaks. All right, good people, it is 9 minutes past the hour, and yes, we are the voice of the everyday citizen. All right, good people, breaking news, or as I should say, update. They have found what caused Miss Bethel to fall to her demise. So it appears a toxicology exam was done. And what did they find? But I do have questions. So you let me know what you think about this. So I want to hurry up and get to this story here. Now, the specific events related to the tragedy come from the Daily Mail, which states it obtained a police report from the City of Miami Police Department. I guess they did an open records. So, okay. Now, it was previously reported that Bethel was injured when she sustained life-threatening injuries from an unspecified accident, and she slipped into a coma and was deceased, sometime later. Now, according to the Daily Mail, Bethel allegedly took an unknown amount of unknown suspected narcotics while at a restaurant with, I guess this was her brother, Santiago Roman, and later behaved erratically. Now, good people, this is strange, and this just seems to come out now. Not before. Seems like sloppy investigation work, if you ask me. But not going to rush to judge here. I don't know what held up the toxicology exam. It appears, it's evidence one was done, so they say. So, okay. The Christian beauty queen ingested a mystery cannabis substance in the hours before she ran at full speed towards a balcony railing on the third floor of her brother's apartment building. Now, I'm wondering, why wasn't this said before? It just says she leaned over, I appear she leaned over, and she fell out of a window. Now, we got the balcony. I mentioned the balcony in my other videos, but somehow now here is Brother Santiago, and he wasn't mentioned before. I'm pretty sure they talked about witnesses before. But why is he coming out now? Why wasn't this talked about before that the brother witnessed the incident? Maybe it was me. Maybe I didn't dig deep enough. I don't know. But he should have been in the news before. Oh, I guess when you have substances involved, you don't want to be involved. Is that what it is? Things that make you go, Now, the former Miss Beauty Queen was reportedly overheard praying with another brother who was on the phone with her before the accident, the article states. Roman, her brother, who witnessed the fall, said his sister would not have intentionally jumped to her death. Well, thank you, Mr. Roman. It's the first time we're hearing of this. Where were you before? According to a document published by the Daily Mail and identified as the police report, Bethel was pacing in the hallway of his building, and when he tried to summon her back into his apartment, she ran in the opposite direction. Well, that's not towards your apartment, sir. Goes on to quote here, Mr. Roman called out the victim's name to tell her to get back inside. The victim looked back and took off running full speed straight ahead. Mr. Roman stated that the victim was not aware of the balcony railing in front of her, the Post report states. Okay, well, whose apartment was she in now? Because she was outside in the hallway and she went the other way. Now you're saying somehow there was a railing somewhere. If you're inside, there's glass. You have to go inside an apartment to open up the sliding doors to get to the apartment and get to the balcony. Now I'm a little confused here. Mr. Roman stated that the victim was not aware of the balcony railing in front of her, the Post report states. The victim's bottom part of her body hit the railing and she fell over, landing on the first floor parking lot. Mr. Roman ran down to the first floor lot. It concluded and observed the victim bleeding from the head and nose. She died more than a week later. Okay, this is just really strange here. This has more holes in it than Swiss cheese, good people. This is not adding up. Now, her brother goes on to say, Bethel told him she was ingesting a form of cannabis she received from a friend to help her relax. Who's the friend? Who's the friend? Who's the friend? Was it you, Mr. Roman? Was it you? But this is your story you're telling, because she's not here to tell her side. What are you the friend? Were you the friend, or are you the friend, sir? Oh, you the brother. Okay. After dinner, Roman and Bethel returned to his apartment at the La Piazza Novana condo building in Miami, where he says she began acting strange and complaining that she was feeling hot. He says the victim took off her clothing and went to take a shower. Mr. Roman stated that even after taking the shower, the victim was still not feeling well and began acting very erratically, according to the police report. Mr. Roman then called their brother, Mr. Zion Bethel, by phone to inform him of the victim's behavior. Mr. Zion Bethel began to pray out loud with the victim in order to calm her down, unquote. I don't understand the praying here. I'm not getting the prayer thing here. It would be more of what's wrong. Are you sick? Call an ambulance, something. Mr. Roman went into the bedroom to blow up the air mattress where the victim had been sleeping while visiting him from out of town. While Mr. Roman, you don't have any furniture? Never mind. I'm not going to. Okay. Your sister's a beauty queen. You don't have any furniture, man? Okay, while Mr. Roman was in the bedroom, he heard the door to the apartment open. Mr. Roman then went out and observed the victim walking in the elevator. The report continued. His sister subsequently bolted away from him as he called her back into his unit. This is confusing. The authorities initially investigated her death as a suicide attempt before ruling that it was a tragic accident, unquote. This is confusing here. Mr. Roman, if I was an officer, sir, you'd be a suspect. I don't think this case is closed, but they're going to try to close it. Something's wrong here, good people. This does not make sense. Even this coming out right now does not make sense. But let me know what you think about this, because this is strange. One of my subscribers just sent me this story here. So anyway, until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
Understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running.